age, which I find that so insane. So as this bag age, it's going to age literally with me, which I think is such a sentimental value. As you can see, it has this 24 karat gold hardware versus how this is going to be more of the like 18 karat plated, you know, not really the nice stainless look that you could get from back then, where the 24 karat just has that more of like a presence almost. Comparing these two bags in size, if I were to actually wear this bag, I think this one is a really good bag whenever I'm in a rush or maybe like on the go. It has this really long strap, which I love, and I think this strap might even be longer than the one that is actually on my Chanel wallet that I have right here. But it's a little bit interesting because the way that this bag is made for this wallet on chain, it kind of almost resembles the Chanel Classic Flap, because on the back you do have this little pocket, and I'm not sure what you can technically stuff in here, but if you want to put maybe like cash, maybe a few cards, I don't know, business cards if you have a business or something. But I think that's a really cool idea to do, because with the Chanel like wallet on chain, it's going to have at least across 5 little diamonds, and then with the CC logos, it's going to always be in the middle. And of course, everyone knows that it's always going to be over and under. For the little logos, just always keep an eye out, so whenever you do buy a bag, that you want it to have the CCs going over and then under at the bottom. So the inside of the bag, you do have this little metal zipper part. I have seen some other bags that might come with the leather, but that is maybe some of the older models. So do keep in mind that with the Chanel wallet on chain, some will have the metal zipper, but then some will also have the little leather strap as well too. I think the cutest thing about this bag is its size, because I feel like even though it's technically like a wallet on chain, this could be used for a lot of many things, because for someone like me who sometimes when I don't really want to carry a lot of stuff, like I just want to carry a few cards, my ID, my phone, and then maybe like lip tint or chapstick or maybe lip gloss or something to kind of just carry it around with me so that I'm just hands-free. I think this is a great bag that I feel like a lot of people could use much more than like a medium-sized bag or like a, you know, tote bag or something when you're carrying water bottles and all these heavier items. But if you're just on the go and you're just going out really quickly to like a brunch date or maybe with friends or something, like to the movies, I think this would be your best bet to like use as an everyday bag because of the size. I think it's so cute because on the inside you have these little card slots right here, if you can't tell. So there's about 6 card slots, and you know, I don't know about you, but for me, I typically just have my credit card, my debit card, and then just my ID. So there's not much that I really need to really put into a card holder or a full-blown wallet. And then nowadays, I don't really think people really carry cash anymore. Like, I feel like we're about to hit this whole big recession, and there's been so much talk about digital currency and all these things that, like, honestly, the way that life is moving, it's just going to be very different in the next couple of months, and this year is definitely going to be life-changing. COVID happened and a lot of people went through things mentally, but I feel like there's going to be this big break and a lot of people aren't paying attention to what's going on. So that's just another topic for a different story. We're not going to get into that today. With this, it doesn't come with one of these authenticity cards. So it does have, however, the serial chip that's on the inside that's going to authenticate the bag for you. So it does have that, which is great. And there's also another little pocket here, which I think is so pretty. So the craziest thing with these bags nowadays, it's like they're starting to be like an arm and a leg, honestly. And I find it so crazy that people pay so much money for these little tiny bags, because it's just so, I don't know, it's just so crazy to me, honestly. But even for myself to pay like a $2,000 for this, like that's a lot of money for a bag, like a bag. And I feel like with Instagram nowadays, we just keep comparing ourselves to other people, and you know, this person has a Chanel bag and this person has a Dior bag and that girl has a Louis Vuitton, like the newest updated bag. And so everyone's kind of comparing each other to everyone. But, you know, I feel like we've grown up with so much trauma and so much, you know, problems like internally that we didn't know how to express. Nowadays, I feel like with social media, we just compare, and we have this like hatred and jealousy that like we see something that someone has and we feel like we can't have it. But you know, just because someone has something, it doesn't mean that you can't have it too. So it's all about your mindset, okay? Like change your mindset into like a better positive one, because the person who ran like the quickest mile, nowadays every single person is starting to run a really fast 4-minute mile because of what? Their mindset. And so they're changing it more and more and like realizing that they can have things that other people can have too. So going back to this though, like I think honestly whoever's going to win this, you guys are going to love this little tiny bag so much. It's not the, you know, Chanel classic flap or anything crazy, but I feel like it still exudes that like classiness, and it also has that chain strap that is like the metal. It's literally everything that the Chanel classic flap is without, of course, the flap. And honestly, I kind of prefer that better, because when you have the double flap, it just gets like ruined. There's a lot of issues. The little turn lock is kind of annoying. In my last video, if you watched it, you can definitely see all the things that I talked about in there. Honestly, if it was me, I would literally choose this bag over that bag any day. If I could literally keep this bag, I would. But I mean, honestly, I could, but I'm not going to, because I really want to give this away, and just as a token, as a giveaway. You know, I might even start giving away some extra like little maybe AirPods if anybody's interested. I have some extra ones that I have that I think y'all might maybe be of use and love, but that might be for another giveaway down the road. You know, this one, I'm just on my journey to 1,000 subscribers in this new channel, and you know, I'm still kind of like figuring out what I want to do for this channel. I really don't know, because you know, designer bags, it has this whole kind of like connotation behind it, and the people who carry luxury designers, and people think that like because you spend so much money on, you know, something so expensive that you have this like rich affluent life, but that's not true. So don't believe what you see on social media, okay? But anyways, so I just wanted to show you guys this bag. It's literally the cutest wallet on chain that I've ever seen. I know that there's a lot other ones that exist already out there, but the fact that it's Chanel, it's caviar leather, it's in black, it's going to last you quite a long time. So let's go ahead and get into comparing it to this other one. So I believe that this one is actually just called a Chanel full flap, because it just has this one flap and nothing else. On mine, it does come with that, I think this is called like a felt tip, like fabric protector or whatever. On mine, it has the double CCs on the inside. And the one thing that I really love about this bag is that it has this kind of like little needle pin push button instead of like a normal button. As you can see on the inside of this bag, it's actually quite expanded, and you can actually overstuff this bag. So it's almost like this W shape, as you can see on this side right here. But whenever you close it, and it's more of like that wallet on chain look, don't be fooled, because you can literally fit, like, I can fit my phone in here. I feel like if I wanted to stuff this thing in here, oh my gosh, look you guys, I could totally stuff that in there. I mean, it wouldn't close, but just to show you what would actually fit inside this purse. But I always try not to overstuff this bag, because it is so old and it's 26 years old. I don't want it to get ruined or stretched out. I don't want the fabric to really get ruined. Not really fabric, but the leather, you know what I mean. And this one, because it's the older model, it's going to have like the serial number sticker that's in the corner at the very bottom here. But just to compare the two, so this one on mine, I actually don't have like little card inserts. I just have this little pocket right here that just unzips and has just enough space to, honestly, if I just want to put like a couple cards or something, but nothing too crazy on the inside of this bag. Because with Chanel, I don't know if you guys know, but the brand is actually, it always symbolizes stuff.
This month in August, somewhere around there, Louis Vuitton is going to have another price increase. And so that is the reason why I did panic buy. I'm not going to lie. So that is the reason why I did decide to buy these two bags at the same time. I know it looks a little crazy, but you know, I knew that eventually I wanted them in my collection. I knew it. I just knew it, that if I fell in love with my Demi Ebene print, and I knew that if I get one or the other, I'm gonna want the other in my collection someday. So I told myself, you know what, why should I wait until, you know, the price goes up and then get it? So since I saw that both of them were in stock, I decided to get both of them. Oh, I just knocked this over. Okay, but yeah, so since I saw that these two were in stock, I just bit the bullet and I bought them. So that is also the other reason why I did decide to get them both today, because I knew that the price is going to increase. And you know, I already got the dummy bin for 19. I think I got this for like 2,000 something. So I'm like, why am I going to wait until, you know, one of these bags get a little bit more expensive to buy it when I knew that I wanted to complete my trifecta collection. So that is the reason why I bought them both at the same time. So one thing that I did want to mention really quick is that everything that I haven't owned is all from my hard work and dedication. I worked hard for everything that I have. I saved up for it, and that's why I got it for myself, because I do feel that I deserved it. And I did recently get promoted at work, and I did pass my board exams. So that is the reason why I did feel that I deserved these two bags. I'm not saying that I like to reward myself with expensive rewards just because I have achieved a milestone, but what I'm saying is that I save up my money for what I want. So if I wanted to get these two bags, I knew that I'm going to save up for them. So once I do have savings for them, I'm going to get them. And so that is exactly what I did. So when I got promoted at work and when I passed my board exams, I bought them. And do I feel guilty? No, because like I said, I saved up for these two bags knowing that I'm going to get them. So I started putting funds away.
I'm done with rambling now. Well, probably not done with rambling, but back on to talking about the bag and the demand for Birkin and Kelly bags at the moment. A lot of people are just going and buying pre-loved bags because trying to get one in the store seems to be either impossible or it's like a cat fight with humans. So many times I've gone into the Hermes store and people are asking for bags that are merely they're just getting turned down. So I definitely advise to go for a pre-loved option. Not only will you save money, but it's such it's a lot more of a sustainable option. Fast fashion is, if you know about fast fashion, it is literally probably as bad as global warming right now. So buying stuff pre-loved, everybody that's kind of like, I wouldn't say recycling, but passing on stuff is literally, sorry, I forgot what I was saying. So yeah, I definitely shop pre-loved. Not only is it a better option, it's a lot more sustainable for the world we live in today. So I definitely advise to do that. We also have a Kelly currently on our website if you are looking to
Louis Vuitton bags, authentic bags. You wouldn't know this can get, you can get duped with this. You can buy this as authentic and you wouldn't notice because sometimes they are so good like this. The canvas of this is so good that
indistinguishable.
Yeah, it's indistinguishable. And if it wasn't for the smell, you know, you wouldn't, someone could have just taken this out and air it out for a few months and sold it to you for a brand new, for a real deal, you know, but it wasn't. So really, that giveaway, if you're not trained to check for authenticity for this, is the smell and the glazing. Look at the glazing, because the glazing should be fading away, or even if you get it brand new, it shouldn't be like this red. And over time, the glazing fades away. It's gonna look like this. So that one. And I always look on the rivet. If rivet is showing on the outside part of your bag, I always look at that. If, for example, I'm not there to judge, but when I see people carrying Louis Vuitton handbag, I always quickly look and I was like, oh yeah, that's real. Just by looking at it, you know. See, that rivet is flat, and Louis Vuitton never do flat rivet. They have to be dome. So, and then this one, they never came with these plastic thingy. And it's just stuck. It just stuck and the stitching there has come off, you know. So If you're not trained, smell it, and you would, there should be that plasticky vinyl smell. And yeah. Oh, this one came with the pouch as well. This one came with a pouch, but again, all the ones